of our portfolio was touched by innovation last year. And this innovation is both on the core, which is important for us to keep refurbishing and making sure it remains relevant, but it is also critical to make sure that we build in and we use innovation to create a portfolio and offerings which are relevant for the future. These are what we call as segments of the future, and segments which are small today but will become very large, and therefore the innovation has extended to expanding our portfolio. In many brands, if you were to see our portfolio a few years ago and now they are unrecognizable. Pond's a few years ago was a cold cream and a talc. Today you can't recognize it. It has the finest offerings, as good as anything in the world, ranging from anti-aging, premium skin lightening and other forms. So also with Vaseline. And this is not just into skincare. Even categories like laundry or categories like tea, you will have emerging segments of the future which we need to be focusing on. And that's what we've done with our innovation, and in many ways is beginning to help us. These segments, which we talked about 2 years ago, are beginning to make a difference. In personal products alone, the segments of the future are contributing to more than 1,000 crores of business already. But that's even now a small part, a very small part of the overall potential that exists. These segments will become very large and will be many times larger than what they are today. And that's why we focus on them so much. That innovation, with a sharp focus on product quality and the capacity to invest behind this, you see the investment which we've made behind our brands have gone up, has meant that our brand equities are getting stronger. We have a situation there where 80% of our equities today are holding to gaining equity, and we'd like that number to further improve as we move forward. The second thing that I want to talk about is how do we build capabilities to address the changing context that we find ourselves in. And I'm going to touch upon just one capability. Having expanded the portfolio, having brought in new offerings, it is important for us to recognize that the consumer is changing not just in terms of his or her aspirations for new products, but also in the manner in which he or she is engaging with media. Technologies and its relentless spread is having profound implications on our business, not just in our internal business processes, but also in terms of how consumers consume media. If we don't take cognizance of this, if we don't recognize this, we would lose our edge in terms of our ability of our brands to connect with consumers and build strong equities. And it is for that reason that we put in place what in my mind is amongst the boldest, largest capability building program that we have embarked on. We are trying to make sure that in a very short period of time, we digitally equip this organization. Last year alone, we had over 500 of our people spend 10,000 man-hours in digital training. This is not just classroom training which happens here. This also requires people to get externally certified. We've got partnerships with Facebook, we've got partnerships with Google. Google has designed a curriculum for us, which will help us certify the extent of capability that our people would have got. This is also not something that just brand managers need to do. Everyone in the company needs to do. More so people like me who otherwise would be left out and would not have as good an understanding of the space as some of the youngsters would. And therefore programs like reverse mentoring and getting youngsters to come and educate us and just make us a little aware are important things. Because how can you run a consumer product company if you actually have no feel for the changes that are taking place in the manner in which consumers are engaging with media and consuming media as they move forward? We've launched a digital hub which is just set up just now, which will enable us to allow people to engage, participate, and again build skills in this area. We were creating a media lab this month, which will have all the modern gadgets which are around and allow our people to experience them and learn by doing. And we've also created what we called a mobile day, where for 2 days we had all providers of media with new technology, new players, small startups coming in and just showcasing in front of us the enormous capability that exists today and opening the eyes of people within the organization of what can be done in this space. That should give you a sense of how we are learning and rapidly learning in this space. We are also learning by doing. It's not enough to just have workshops and classroom sessions, etc. You need to do things. You need to experiment. And over the last few years, we've done many things which are helping us get a feel and an understanding in the space. In social, the Kisanpur campaign that we've got in Sunsilk, and you'll see a little bit of this as you go and talk to our, in some of the stalls. The keratonology web-based video that which we developed has earned us a huge amount of earned media. We are also learning what it takes to optimize and do what search engine optimization is concerned. So if you were to go and type beauty, how do we make sure that Be Beautiful comes up? How do we make sure that our key brands come up early? Are the sorts of things which we're doing. And last but not the least, the recognition that digital is not just about people who have internet and people who are more affluent. Digital must allow us the possibility of connecting with the bottom of the pyramid, and therefore leveraging mobile and the missed call idea to connect with consumers of wheel has been another experiment which we've carried out, which has had excellent results and will be things that we will take forward as we move. As we start spending more, our spends have gone up by a factor of 3 over the last 2 years. As we start spending more in this field, there's also a need for us to start measuring it, to start monitoring it, and we are doing just that. And we are using new digital tools which will help us sharpen the targeting of all our digital communication that we've got. Let me now move on to the third aspect of what I want to refer to, now that I've spoken of how are we building a portfolio for the future and how are we building capabilities. And I just gave you an example of one capability that we were building. I want to move on to how we are strengthening our edge, our execution edge in the marketplace. And what you would see out here is beyond the obvious things, how we've taken technology and IT and hardwired the entire organization. Beyond some things you've heard before, how we've used IQ and reached more people to improve the quality of what we do. But I think we've now gone beyond giving such a handheld terminal to people in urban India, which is where IQ was used. We've now taken every single member of the sales system, whether it is our own field force, company-owned field force, whether they are distributor salesmen, whether they are rural sales promoters, whether there are Shakti Ammas which are going to be around, every one of them will be digitally equipped in order to improve the quality of what they do, quality of sales, provide visibility, provide transparency in terms of what we are selling, and over a period of time, enable us to create an analytics engine with strong data which will help us as we move forward. This again you've heard before, the perfect store drive that we've got. There's enough evidence to show that if a store is perfect for 3 months continuously, the growth rate that the store gets is significantly higher than the growth rate in a store which is not perfect. If this is understood, then all we need to do is to keep increasing the proportion of